Welcome to Not Imagining Podcast with Miles Jones
and Kalia Aaron, where we discuss the importance of growing while experiencing life challenges, healing, intent, alignment, and purpose.
Wow, this could really be something big.
Not imagine? Knowing you might find someone to replace me.
Not imagine?
Yeah, we back.
What we came here for.
Yeah, we back.
Yes,
I really did it.
cannot believe that we are back.
Put it together.
Yeah, we did it.
Yeah, I asked for like 2 months to get back together. We did it in like 3 weeks. So we're working with
2 months is too long.
Working with you, what can I expect?
I personally feel like even if I wanted to wait 2 months, you were not having that. Once you saw what we had going on,
That's all it takes.
I don't think that you were gonna wait too long.
Like I could be out of something, and then what's a flip switch? Or we can do this, and I picture it in my head. It's like no, let's.
Yeah, you're all gas until
Yeah,
you're not.
Can't sleep. Yeah, when I'm not though, because again, this part was like it was not on my. A month ago, it was not on my mind. We met up, we spoke about it, and I was like, "Yo, nah, let's bring it back. We can do it." But it was not on my mind at all.
So just for being for real.
You want to tell the fans who fault it was? Is that what you're trying to do?
No.
Okay, what you want to say?
We're not gonna play the blame game.
I'll take it.
We're not gonna do that. I just want to talk about what happened. Like, we didn't shoot a pod. The last time we shot was in 2023. It's 2025. A lot has happened since then.
Right.
And I don't know. Even just falling off the way that we did. I mean,
Pod or as friends?
no, we don't fall off as friends.
All right, cool. I'm not saying I don't think we do that.
We don't fall off
After
as
18
friends.
years, I think it's just
We could not talk and pick up where we left off. Like it's just that.
That's a fact.
It is what it is, you know. And I love that. I love that for me. I love that for us. I don't know. It's I don't know. I think it's a blessing.
Yes.
To have a friend. Me and Miles, we can go months without talking.
That's a fact.
We can go months without talking. And like, for example, even when I was moving, you know, I just hit you up like, hey, can you please help me?
Word. And I was like, yo, you moving, bro?
And you were there to help. So you didn't even know anything about anything.
Nah.
But
listen, life
you know,
be
it was
life.
nice. It was nice to have my friend there for me when I needed him.
Nah, for sure. Life be life, and I just assume that people have stuff going on naturally. And I don't ever take it personal. Now, one thing I like about our friendship is like, you don't hold it against me. Like and I have other friends like that too, but you don't hold it against me, but you also will like push me sometimes when I don't really want to do nothing. Like I won't want to do something, and some of my friends are respecting to leave me out of it. Sometimes you'll push me, and sometimes it's a nudge I need. Like that's what I like about like our friendship. Like you'll push me sometimes.
But here's the thing though. If I'm being honest with you, you was like, oh, you know, you don't take it personal. I used to.
What?
I used to take it personal, like when you be weird. For lack of better words.
I'm about to say, let's just like, I don't know why that's the word we have to use. Weird how? Like, how am I weird?
So, you amongst others, I have a select few people I can count on one hand who,
right.
you know, withdraw themselves, you know,
yeah, okay.
Don't show up. Like, for example, there's so much to talk about now.
Okay, don't show up. Let's get into it.
Wait. So, the last time we recorded a video, right? We just released some of the unseen footage from that conversation.
Yes.
And in that conversation, you was talking about how you only show up, or you prefer to show up
when things are down,
when things are bad, or whatever, right?
That's
and so, I mean, I guess that gives me a little bit of insight as to why you do what you do. But before, before when I was taking things personal, and I don't feel like getting on the pod and name dropping all my friends who I felt this way about, but you and I share a friend in common that we both was having that issue, right?
Right.
And I used to take it personal because it's just like I thought a friend meant this, right? Yes. And this is coming from my early 20s, realizing a shift.
Right.
We're all coming into ourselves. We're all experiencing different things. We're all growing up, maturing, whatever.
Exactly.
And so, and I have a bad habit of this. My expectation is what it used to be. So even though we're growing, my expectation is not, the dynamic would change. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So even the mouths that, think about it, when we were teenagers, we used to be at 81. We used to be on my block. We used to be on Tatum. You know, we used to, so that's my expectation.
Yeah.
Looking back at it now, that's foolish of me.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
That's foolish of me, but I'm just being honest that like sometimes I hold on to, like, you know, you hold on to the kind of like when you get in a relationship, right? And the guy's courting you, he's doing all these things, and then when y'all get together, he slowly start pulling back. He start getting comfortable. You liked him or you fell in love with him because of what he was doing at that time. And so you're holding him to this standard. That's how I feel about my friends. I hold you to the standard that we was doing at one point in time. And I get why it's not that.
Right.
But I'm just speaking from my immature mind at the time. Like, this is what I'm holding on to. This is what got me feeling so good about us as a friend group. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So as I started to get older, I'm like, they must not be fucking with me the same. Like, that's me taking it personal versus just realizing that, oh, this person might be going through something.
Right.
Or this person this is just not they stilo. They just don't want to do this, and this is not what they want to do anymore. Like, even when we used to walk the bridge and, those types of things, like, those are the things that I hold on to. And I just expect that we still like the same things and want to do the same things and,
Okay.
So yeah. That's not bad.
Nah, I mean, like, I get it, but there's a number of things with that, right? You see a lot of friendships, even, like, relationships, sometimes it's convenient. Mm-hmm. So you see how we are, like, again, 18 years, we can still do this. Sometimes if we no longer go to school together, we no longer work together, we no longer have these things in common, sometimes it's hard, people break away.
Things shift, yeah.
It's not that. It's just, we just don't have time together. When we do have time, it's still back to that.
Yeah.
So I think, while I understand what you're saying, sometimes that masks if that's really your friend, because it may not be your friend. You guys may just have a couple things in convenience, and now when you have those things in convenience, you guys are great. You guys are bonding and stuff like that. But when it gets down to the nitty gritty, two different words, when you guys link back up, it's like, oh, so what's this, what's that? And y'all having two different languages. Yeah. Every time we link back up, we're still speaking the same language. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel like that's just what you just explained is a dynamic of a relationship.
Yeah.
Any type of relationship.
All of them.
A romantic one or a friendly one, And
I think that's good. I don't think you should have used like a relationship as a comparison, because
because think about it. You just said
right.
That determines, like, if y'all are really friends or if it's just the convenience.
Right. But why would the courting stop in a relationship is my thing.
It's not about the courting stopping, it's about if y'all locked in, if y'all really here. Think about it. When you first start dealing with someone, everybody's all happy off of attraction and chemistry and da-da-da-da.
Yeah, I heard honeymoon phase, I think they call it.
Exactly. When all that shit fade, are y'all still here? Are y'all still able to maintain something? Do y'all still got stuff, that's keeping y'all together?
And the fading you're saying as far as us would be like us going into the same school.
Like you said, life, no longer
having
we met at work, no longer working together, no longer having the free time to spend all this time together. Now, like you said, life is happening. Do we still maintain some type of
now I can
connection?
See that comparison. I'm like, that's not supposed to stop. The courting stuff, like when you said that, I'm like, the courting stuff is not supposed to stop.
I don't think so either.
When it does stop, it's just like, he never was. This is what I'm saying. Like, you no longer have anything in common. He was not fucking with you. Like, I've seen that.
We're not gonna go there. Not today.
That honeymoon phase. Everybody honeymoon phase, and then
we're not going there today.
So you know what it is? Y'all don't fuck with each other. Like, it's okay.
People get comfortable. That's the problem. People get comfortable.
Did they get comfortable, or did they get everything they got? What did they was coming here for? Did they comfortable, or did I get everything I came here for?
We're not doing this today.
No, I'm just asking a question.
We're not doing this today.
My fault. My fault. Because the courting should never stop. If you got your
I agree.
Piece,
no, I
agree. If you got your girl, like this is what I'm saying right now in my life. I gotta adore if I don't adore her, I don't think I should be in a relationship, because that's what I want to genuinely have when I have kids, when I have a family. Like, I want to be able to look to my partner or my girlfriend, wife, or whatever, and I want to be able to adore her. I felt it before, so I know I want that. I need to be able to have that. I need to be able to adore her so I can keep courting her. If I don't adore her...
I didn't want to go down this route, but I do have a question. You said that you felt that before. When did you feel that?
What do you mean, when?
Like, what age range? Yeah.
It was more than once. I felt that before.
Like, you adored a woman and...
And I mean, like, when I get there, like, I adore the ground she walks.
When
like,
you speak about women,
mm-hmm.
it just sounds so locked in. Like, it sounds like you are just... When
I was a kid, that's all I wanted.
But
mm-hmm.
I would love to see it in real time. Like, I would like to see...
Oh, me with somebody and head over heels with them?
Yes, and going through life for real. The kids, the trials and tribulations of a child.
You think I'll lose it?
I'm not saying.
Are you thinking that my views may be naive a little bit?
No. I just want to know.
Will I still be everything I'm saying I am?
Yes, I just want to know, how would you feel?
I'm telling you that.
And I want to, like, authentically, I would really want to know, like, I really want to know, like, what that would look like for you. Like, if you lived with a female, like, if you and a female lived together, if y'all had kids together, if, like, you know, if you totally took on the good, bad, and the ugly of a relationship, what that would look like for you.
But that's what I expect. Again, I'm the person that expects the ugly. I want the ugly.
Yeah, but listen.
So I can.
When you haven't done it, it's a different ball game.
There we go.
So that's why I want to see. What do you have? What's gonna be your Yelp review?
You want me to show you?
After.
Let me find my wife. Let me show you something.
I'm
telling you because there's also logic behind it.
I agree.
It's logic. I know it's what I think I feel, but it's also logic behind feeling that way about somebody. I think it's logical. In any successful relationship I've ever seen, the men adore their wives.
I agree.
Like.
I agree.
So while I may feel that way, but again.
And you know what?
And this ugly. Why you think it's no ugly anymore?
My problem is when I hear adore, when I hear worshiping the ground somebody walks on. Mm-hmm. This is my problem. I see. At least I know it's a problem. What? I think rainbows and butterflies. Like,
no, I told you before. It's with the bad stuff. It's like I love you despite this shit.
It's spite. Think about that.
Okay, you're making me feel like I don't know how to use the word. And I may not know how to use the word. I'm saying even with these things that also piss me off and make me mad or make me, I still love you. So
that's what in spite means.
Thank you. People find short up
let
2
me
degrees.
Look it up.
No, don't look it up. You got 2 degrees. You don't gotta look it up.
No, I just want to give you the verbatim.
What I'm saying is, I see how you can think that I may be naive about it, but it's like I'm saying it on the bad stuff. I'm saying it. Give me that first. I would love to see the broken parts of you, and so I can figure that out and love those parts too. So cause it's gonna bother me. It may smoke me too, but it's just like if you really love somebody, like you take that. That's despite that. I think I'm thinking about that too. I'm not thinking about rainbows. I'm not thinking about the honeymoon phase. I'm thinking about the days where it's just like you've had a day, I've had a day, and this person is just the person I'm choosing to go through it with. So yeah, I mean,
I'm glad that you're forward thinking. No, I'm glad that you're forward thinking.
I hear that you doubt me. I hear that you think that I'm naive.
I'm not doubting you. Why does everybody think that I'm doubting them? I'm just a realistic person.
I feel like you think my point of view is naive and you want to see it, and I have no problem with that. And I can understand that.
No,
and one day, I will show you.
We gonna get there. But listen though,
yes, ma'am.
I appreciate your stance because I wish I had that mindset going into any situation.
Mm-hmm.
I think about the good all the time. Sometimes I get infatuated with the good.
Mm-hmm.
That I disregard the negative. And when I say disregard, I don't mean turn a blind eye to it, but I mean like, you know, thinking, oh my God, I can't believe I'm saying this, thinking that all the negatives is going to fix itself. And that's wild of me. Trust me, I know. I'm just being real.
Okay.
That's wild of me because who the fuck am I to think that someone's perfect? That's crazy.
Are you saying perfect? It's not. Perfect.
No, if someone doesn't have, if someone's negative irons out to be like nothing, like everything's good, that's perfect. Is it not?
Okay. I'm just saying the person, how they came to you. Like, why we can't assume like that's how they are. What if? And I think we need to look at it. What if they never get any better than this?
And that is.
And that's the person you gotta realize you gotta love that.
Yeah,
not, oh, this person's gonna be.
I know. And I honestly want to know where I get this from. Where do I get this idea that?
I've heard it's just women in general.
Really?
You guys believe you'll fix or change them?
No, I don't know. Let's not go down that
road.
That's not what I said. That is not what I said.
So what are you saying?
I'm saying that I have this idea that someone don't have flaws.
How can you possibly think somebody doesn't have flaws? So you met them with flaws.
This is what I'm saying. Because initially sometimes the flaws don't show initially. That as you get to know people, you start to see these flaws, right? And so, and I know we can't talk about this. I'm embarrassed.
I told you about that. I told him you're not doing that either.
But the point that I'm trying to make is I have unrealistic expectations. That's the point. That's bottom line. And I know that about myself.
I've told you before, I think you compare how you handle things to how people handle it, and I think that's just crazy.
What you mean by that?
You expect people to handle things or take care of things the way you do, and I think that's nuts.
Yes. It's not fair.
At all.
And it's very hard for me to shake out of. Even to this day, I would say, if I can do this, why can't you? Like, what?
Yeah, I look at you like you're crazy. Nobody even asked you to do that. Like, yo, why are you doing that?
And I can't process it. Like, I literally have to take a step back and talk myself out of thinking like that.
Relationships are tough. Man, a lot of relationships are really tough. And I told you the other day, you made me realize I really don't think I'm ready for one yet, man. That thing you told me about, like, because again, I've always taken certain things personal. And when you was telling me about how, let's say your partner is not in a good mood, right? Mm-hmm. And you just not assuming, your partner's not in a good mood, have a bad mood, and it's just like you're assuming you're the problem. Let me give you some space. Or like, it's about me. And I'm like, yeah, let me just I agree. Like, yo, you got an attitude, you being stink or whatever, you're in the mood. It must be me. Let me give you some space. And then what you told me, I was, my jaw dropped, and I think and I still stuck my jaw been dropped, and it's just like, nobody asked you to give this person space.
Yeah.
And when you said that, like, it just hit me.
That's not hard. That's so hard to process.
I'm not. That's so selfless.
Yo.
You mean to tell me this person gonna be in this nasty ass attitude, and because
you
I love them,
you gotta deal with it.
Because Absolutely. I love them, I gotta swallow that and be there, and they being. I'm not there. I'm not ready for nobody's nothing like that.
How about this? I
Yet.
just had a conversation last night, and we were talking about women being emotional creatures.
Okay.
And how as a man, you have to learn how to play off of that. You have to learn how to, dance around their emotions and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's exhausting.
Oh, so I appreciate it then. So you get it.
That's what?
So I appreciate that.
Yes, I get it, because when I have to deal with a man's emotions,
yeah,
I don't want to do that sometimes.
Nah, I'm telling you, when
sometimes
you said that,
I don't want to deal with it. Sometimes, what's wrong with you? Say, and let's move on. But if you're in your bag, it don't work like that.
But you can't.
So now I have to deal with somebody else's emotions. Sometimes I'm not in the mood to deal with my emotions.
That's really crazy. You committed to this person. You love this person.
You gotta do it.
And I don't know if I'm there yet. I don't know. I have to. That's so selfless. I have to get rid of everything that I feel and how this person makes me feel. And my natural morals.
Bro, I'm uncomfortable as hell. Imagine that.
And it's just like, yo, you in the bad mood. I'm rocking with you.
Yeah, you gotta.
I'm not there. I'm not there for nobody. Not yet. I didn't. That was naive for me.
Yeah.
Because my whole thing was, oh, you're in a bad mood. Let me give you some. You must need some space.
That's me. That's my go-to.
Yo, let
me leave for the whole day. You can have that. Yeah.
You mean to tell me I was being selfish this whole time? Because again, that's so right.
It's selfish though, because you do what feels right to you.
Yeah, this feels good for you. I didn't tell you to go anywhere.
You're escaping the problem.
Right, you leave me because you don't like how I move right now. So you don't like this version of me. I process that, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm not ready.
Yeah.
I don't know
it's like, damn, okay.
You had this conversation a month ago. My jaw still dropped.
Yeah, it's deep. Like it goes. And,
that's commitment.
This is what I'm saying. Like when you choose somebody, heavy on choose. When you choose somebody, you really got to analyze what you signing up for.
So when you see them be nasty in the beginning, like real nasty, you choosing that, and don't forget you got to sit in that nasty when they being nasty. So make sure the person you choosing
but guess what?
Take it back.
Couples who been doing it for a long, they know what to do. They've already figured it out. Oh, my wife looking this, my wife moving up. Time to go. She may be this, she may be that. Like maybe.
And I think that's so tough.
They understand each other. They know what it is. My husband looking a little funny. He moving weird. He may be a little anxious in this environment. Maybe it's time for us to.
Oh, I love that.
You know what I'm saying? Like you begin to know your person.
That's the whole point. That's what he's doing this whole time. Like this is what I realized.
We're not supposed to be talking about this.
All right, well, talk about what you want to talk about, man. You in the gay class so long. I'm just saying, like that's so crazy to me. That humbled me. Like again, like you just said, I'm naive about certain things. I have never thought about that until you brought up the other day. Like, yo, that person did not ask you to leave. That person did not ask you to give them space. You decided to do that on your own because you couldn't deal with the person you were right now.
Yes.
And that to me was just like, yo,
that really.
I may not be ready. So yes, I do.
That's deep.
Nah, that's real deep. That's a commitment. And I just know. I'm not even down with relationships. I just know people not doing that. Bro.
It's deep. It's deep. There's been times where I've been in a situation like that, whether I'm feeling away or my partner feeling away, and the easiest thing to do is to just like we said, give space or whatever. But we made a decision. Somebody acting funny, you got to get them out of it. So what does that look like? Every relationship is different. Some people just want some love taps. Some people just want some words of affirmation.
Yeah.
Some people just want to lay down and watch a movie with you.
Yes, it's crazy that sometimes in that moment, maybe they need you the most in that moment.
Yes, and what you do, you decide to neglect them.
Yeah, but it's like you being nasty, bro. Like, what are you talking about? Like,
yeah.
But my question
is,
and
it's harder when it has nothing to do with you because it's just like,
yes,
knock that shit off.
Okay, so I have a real question for you.
Oh God, let's hear it.
Where's the line? Because there is a line. Where's the line?
In terms of what, like?
Where's like, yes, I'm here for you, but where's like, oh no, you're being a very nasty person to me, like for somebody that's going through this, like somebody that's watching and going through this, right?
I think
how do they? Because I don't want to tell somebody to stay while somebody's just blatantly being disrespectful and violating them. So where's the line?
Me personally, I don't think that I've experienced like disrespect.
Okay.
But I think I've dealt with, and that's crazy because I watched a conversation with another couple. Mm-hmm. It wasn't about somebody necessarily. I guess he was in a bad mood. He was talking about how he had just lost his job and
right.
I was fucking with his ego. He wasn't there. Oh, you saw it, right?
Yeah,
he liked it. Yeah.
Yes,
but remember what he said? Yeah. I don't know if you watched the whole thing, but he said he was upset or whatever. And what was he doing? Projecting.
On her, the one person closest to him.
And that's exactly what happens. That's exactly what happens. Once again, it had nothing to do with her. And he said that. Exactly what we're talking about. Yeah, perfect example. So, you said, where do you draw the line?
That's positive. These are all positive outcomes where we've seen. But I'm asking you, where's the line? So,
what's a negative one? Like somebody getting their ass beat?
Getting their ass beat? Or maybe like...
verbal abuse or something?
I didn't sign up for this. You're just too sad. Why are you so down? Like, when are you gonna snap out of this?
I'm not gonna lie to you. I used to be that.
So, and that's just like
I used to be that person. I couldn't take it. Like,
okay,
your depression is starting to rub off, and I like you said, I did not sign up for that.
Okay, but I'm asking you. Okay, so I'm trying to figure out what's the line because
I think that's for you to determine because just like with anything else, everyone has their deal breakers.
Yes.
If your energy is too fucked up for me.
But that's so crazy.
I know it sounds mean, yes, right? Uh-huh. But
I get it.
Everybody in this house can't be depressed.
All these motherfuckers are sad. I know you want your job was dead.
Everybody can't be that. And this brings me to a whole other point. And like I said, we're not supposed to be talking about this today. Okay. But I had a conversation and we were talking about men and providing, right? Mm-hmm. And how the idea is men, they go out, they make the money, they take care of the household, blah, 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 they're providing, whatever. Mm-hmm. Men's supposed to lead the household, right? Mm-hmm. Whatever. Me personally, I have my own thoughts on that. But when I hear provider, it does not mean money.
It doesn't.
I feel like men are supposed to provide safety. I feel like men are supposed to provide emotional stability in the household. It's not all about money. And I think that's where a lot of men get caught up, especially you.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Because you think that $1 equates to your worth for some reason.
It does.
And a lot of men do. No, it does not. I'm here to tell you it does not. I'm not a man, but I know what I need from a man, and it's not.
You're not a man. And I told you before.
I'm not one, but I know what I need from one. And y'all here for us. So take a note from a woman for once. You know what I'm saying? All women, some of them may just want financial stability and for you to provide financially. But me personally, we're in a different space now. You guys are operating from what it used to be back then when women could not work. We're not in that space anymore. So I feel like what you guys bring to the table need to evolve the same way how we have evolved.
So, yes, and we did speak about that earlier. And I told you we weren't taught that. We were taught how to provide. We were never taught how to provide emotionally and spiritually. We weren't taught that. So I get what you're saying.
That's another thing that I'm not appreciating is that a lot of men keep talking about what they were taught and what they know and what they saw and this, that, and the third. I feel like that's an excuse now. And while it may be true, I'm tired of hearing it. Only because as a woman, I'm not sitting here telling you what I was taught from what I wasn't taught. I'm fine. I'm navigating. I'm figuring it out.
I get what you're saying, but it's a complete difference than the things that make you a woman and what you surrounded yourself with compared to what men and what you're now asking us for. You guys are just you guys are really amplifying. Granted, I'm not in your shoes. We finally get to talk about it.
Huh?
We finally get to talk about it. We weren't talking about it for years. We didn't even know what was going on, but now we have the tools and the knowledge, and people have written articles about it. So now we can finally understand what it is. So what I'm saying is to you now, okay, this is what I'm trying to explain to you. Women, you guys are brought up around things that are nurturing. You guys are brought up around things that, you guys braid each other hair, you guys jump rope, you guys twerk and dance. You guys are brought up around things that just womanly. You guys are brought up around, cooking. You guys are brought up around all the things that we were brought up around is now things you're telling us, hey, I don't need that from you. But that's all we were taught. That was always pushed us. We wasn't raised around aggression, especially young men that's from where we're from. We were raised around everything being aggressive. Nothing was ever soft, and everything was just rough. We were never brought up around that. So you're now asking me for something that nobody was doing. It's something I have to go out and learn for myself. And I get that we should all do our own due diligence to learn, but you have to understand that none of it. Our music wasn't teaching us it. Our relatives, uncles, fathers, no, they weren't teaching us it. What we saw on TV wasn't really teaching us it. No, there was nothing around us showing us the man you wanted to be. There was for a few TV shows. You'll have like Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, you'll see like The Father and stuff like that. You'll see those guys, but on a day-to-day, the stuff we were brought up on compared to how much you were exposed to women's stuff is completely different. What you're asking men for, we weren't exposed to it every day. And you guys were for years. And I don't think you understand that part. So I'm not saying you don't understand. I don't think, what I'm saying is it's not a justification. I think it's really a fact. I think it's a complete difference to what you guys were brought up and how we were brought up. That's all. That's all I'm saying.
I understand it. I understand what you're saying. I just am exhausted and tired of hearing.
And that's possible too. That's personal, but that's possible.
I'm just tired of hearing like that excuse. And I'm not trying to sound insensitive. Please forgive me if it comes off that way. Mm-hmm. I'm not trying to sound insensitive. It's just like, I swear, I keep saying this. I do not want to go this route. But if you are all supposed to be the one to navigate us, to help us, it's like we all women are starting to come across as more equipped for the role because we are navigating better than y'all. We are dealing with our cards better than y'all, if that makes sense. Let me give you an example. You're telling me that you all didn't have examples or zero type of leadership when it comes down to how to be a man and how to be a different man than what it was back then, right? Mm-hmm. A lot of men, there's a lot of black men bash black women for being exactly who we are because of where we're coming from, right? So we're hated and we're bashed for something that we have no control over. The aggressive black woman, that whole we can't control that. Look at where we come from. We come from households with single mothers and no father. We're surviving, but we're being bashed for that. So now black men don't want us. Now we're seen as a black, we're seen as the bad guy, whatever the case may be. And now when you flip it, we look at black men, who don't come from a household with a father, whatever the case may be. We both dealing with a struggle here. We are both. And then too, you guys are also asking us to do something that we don't have no example of. What do you mean? Y'all want us to be wives and shit. Our mothers aren't wives. We don't know what that look like. We didn't come from a 2-parent household. We have no wife representation. All we know is single struggle. That's all we know. So now when we are falling victim of what we are exposed to, we're bashed for it. You guys are choosing the other fucking races over us. But we're supposed to have sympathy for y'all.
I don't think you're bashed for it, right?
Yes, we are. I see my own friends talk shit about black women.
Okay. I had 2 points there. I was on listening to you. I hear what you're saying. Damn. I lost it.
Yeah. You're not alone.
I get what you're saying. I just believe there's a big difference. This is what I was trying to say to you. Imagine, right? So that's what it is. Women have now evolved. This is where I was going with it. Women have now evolved, right? But imagine the whole time they were training us for a woman that's no longer that anymore.
Correct.
So it's like, not only did we have the wrong training, y'all trained us for an older version. Y'all trained us for...
So now you got to catch up.
Yes, and I get that. But also, you guys are asking... This is bad. I got it. You guys are asking guys for stuff where you already have what you want us to provide. Like, I get the new women, the new modern, independent women, you guys have done all the things that we were literally taught to do. You know what I mean? You guys have done all of it. We have no space. Just like I'm sure women would love to feel needed in certain ways. How about you have no way to make me feel needed? Something that I crave, I need. You've done it all. Every day is like, oh, you got your own spot, you got your own. What you need? What can I bring to you? You want me to bring something I was never taught? All the things that I know as far as being a man, well, shit, she already got it. And now you want me to bring something I've never heard of? So yes, I get it. I feel like it's both learning on both parts. I think it should be a new. Men should work harder on, or at least pay more attention to new ways of providing. Because the provision is not just financial, and I understand that completely. But I just don't think we had enough. There's a lot of things, like even I'm hearing a lot about now, like this postpartum thing. Like it's
oh wow,
it's something that is just like, one, I don't even think women even knew what was going on until, you know what I mean? So you're telling me you guys are still learning more about what's going on, and we literally have to tiptoe around it. We have no other choice because we don't know. You barely know, so we damn sure don't know. So there's a lot of studying and learning that men just have to learn. And I get that, but we gotta give us a break, bro.
Yeah, I think everybody needs grace at this point.
They trained us on a manual car, not everybody got automatic shit. Everybody got their own crib. Like we that's not the women we were brought up on. Like that's not. Like, the first when we were taught, women needed us. They needed us to go out and hunt and get shit and put food on the table.
So now how long does it take for you to shift gears? Because it's taking out quite some time.
Well, first of all, we got this thing called pride and ego. And that motherfucker be honest. The first thing we have to do is navigate pride and ego. Once we start with that, because that's the killer of most, especially, I don't want to say it like this, but firstly of like men of color, like pride and ego is something we it's on us, and it's a part of who we are, but it's also something that hurts us sometimes. It's from being in this world every day. Like I told somebody one day, it's really hard, like being a man of color in this world every day. You have to, because again, we were brought up. I was saying something the other day. We were brought up around aggression, like
yeah, you were telling me that
in the hood. Like it's just like it's a bunch of slap boxing, we fighting, and it's aggression. So imagine your father turned to you aggression, your uncle teach you aggression, your brothers. All we doing is aggression, and then you're telling us to go into these real worlds where sometimes women are, again, the modern women and being more masculine. They're talking aggressively. They're bosses at your job that's talking aggressively. And belittling you and stuff like that. All this aggression, but nobody really wants the aggression that we were brought up on. If we bring up the aggression we were brought up in, we're
going to be a monster.
Exactly. So what are we supposed to do with that every day? Just being beat on, but with this people talking to a way that don't really want to. You know what I mean? And I think that part is a tough space to navigate. So we're trying to learn this world. We're trying to learn this world for you guys. We're trying to learn this world for ourselves, and it's tough.
So let me ask you a question. And, everyone learns differently, but when we talk about being intentional, right, and really wanting to do something, what are you doing on a daily basis to learn all these things that we just spoke about? What are you doing?
Trying to listen more. I think when you go into something knowing you have no idea, you're better off. So again, I'm still learning women. There's still things I'm learning. Again, like I told you I thought I was in a relationship till we spoke about what we spoke about. I thought I wanted one, so I realized I had to sit with some. Like, I usually like women with a little bit of attitude because I feel like that's also kind of like not my type, but it's just like I feel like I'm usually the key. Like I like a woman that's snappy at everybody, but is soft with me. But sometimes when she's mad, she's gonna be snappy. Yeah. And it's like, I don't want to deal with that. I did something, I ain't do nothing. But now I got to sit with that. So it's like, again, I think how we go about that and be more proactive is one, men talking to each other about these things too, which we don't do as much. But just listening more and then realizing we don't got this. We don't know women. Y'all don't know us. Well, I know certain things. But like, we don't know. I think if we go into it not knowing and realize we don't know, we'll be better off. I think that's how we fix it.
I just feel like we all come to the table like this is why I think Black love is celebrated so hard, because it's so hard. It's hard. We're all at a disadvantage.
Yes.
And we're trying to navigate that. That shit is hard.
Yeah.
And then 9 times out of 10, you don't even have a proper example. You don't even have somebody to go to for that advice, or somebody you can use as a sounding board. You don't even have that. Because like I told you, if you're on the road to becoming a wife and
Yeah.
all you know is single angry black woman,
Yo.
what good is that?
And I'm glad you realized that. Like I'm glad you realize, like, when you're trying to be in a relationship with somebody, and let's say they're not, it's a struggle, right? And it's not, they're not the best guy, they're not the, you know what I mean? But there's somebody that's worth it. There's somebody that treats you right or something like that. Being around the wrong friends, they'll put you in some shit.
Absolutely.
And somebody that don't know nothing, like,
and you gotta, and especially in this day and age, all females is worried about fucking a nigga who got money and this and that.
Told you we need
who
that.
you gonna talk to?
That's
That's not gonna get you anywhere.
It's not.
It's not gonna get you anywhere. You have to really read the room. Who is going in the same direction as you?
Yeah, but that's not one of y'all strong suits. Anyway. I don't think women are usually
I
good judges
know.
of character.
You always
friends and
trying to.
shit. I'm just saying, like, y'all usually are already in a. You can't. I haven't seen one friend group of all of them are just wives. I haven't seen a friend group like that.
But I feel like that start to happen over time. Like, you know.
Happy wives?
Excuse me?
Happy wives?
Okay.
That's all
right, whatever.
Who's really happy anyway? I'm not even gonna say that. I can't even say that. That's wrong. But yeah, I haven't seen a group of friends that's just all. Cause that's my goal. Like with my friends, with the guys, it's like my goal is for us to all have our wives, and we take cabin trips and we have yearly trips with our kids. Like that's the whole goal. So if you got friends that's just
wilding,
we just constantly out here in Miami, like
you wasting your time.
And then you trying to be in a relationship, and that's what your friends is on. It's like, I get that those your friends, but sometimes you can have different friend groups. I told you, different friend groups is lit.
Even that in itself, even friend groups, like
right.
That for me is hard. It's real hard for me when it comes down to friend groups because I have like this low key attachment to people who I've been friends with for a long time.
Okay.
Or, you know, people who we just share some type of common interest. And sometimes, I'm not gonna lie to you, I feel it in my soul that I'm past that. And how do you end a friendship? Like, how do you...
But you don't have to end it.
You don't have to end it, but you got to keep them at arm's length. Like, I have people who call me to talk about absolutely nothing. I got better shit to do.
You're different.
I got better shit to do.
I'm not gonna lie, when somebody call my phone, I don't even answer. If we're, like I said, when we back on pod stuff, or we talk about, I answer on the first, but other than that, I let it finish ringing. Hey, what's up? You okay? You alright? Everything is good. I'm not.
And you expect somebody to take that person.
Because, like, especially don't FaceTime me. I've never answered a FaceTime.
I'm not a FaceTime. I'm not going to just FaceTime.
But it's just like, I'll get back to you. I mean, I don't know why it's so hard for y'all, man. But guys are different. We don't care.
Y'all don't.
I don't give my man the answer. He must be doing something. Or maybe he's doing nothing.
Yeah.
And I don't take it. Right. Shit, I don't really bother sometimes, too. But yes, I don't think it's okay. I don't think it's okay. I think if you're trying to be in a committed relationship, one, your problems you probably shouldn't even bring up to your single friends. Unless you, like, really tired. Or you should try to find counsel in somebody who's in the same vibe as you. Like, or, like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. But yeah, we took a rabbit hole turn. That's my fault.
That was you wanted to do that so bad. You just wanted to do that.
We wanted to do that. We spoke about being back in the pod. And
but how did we get on that though? That was not a part of the plan.
Was it?
You couldn't help yourself.
This is your show. I'm going behind. I told you. I'm following you. That's where you let me.
No, I did not lead you
if
there.
I went there, it's because you let me.
I did not lead you there.
Okay, so what's what you want to talk about?
I mean, honestly, it was a good segue back into friendships and choosing friend groups, but you deviated back to relationships because you can't help yourself.
Because friendships are relationships. It's all your relationship is a friendship.
Wow,
it's the same thing.
I just said that.
It's the same. I swear to God, I want to be somebody's best friend and then be like, oh my God, like I feel like we do it. I'm not in a rush to be with nobody, man. I'm really flawed. I was telling the guys the other night, like, there's probably 7 women in this whole world that would take me 100% as how I am right now.
Damn.
7 women in this entire...
7.
Only 7. The other them will probably take 80. And when the 20 not fucking with them, they'll probably go do some other shit. I think it's not that many people in the world that want you how you are. Not that many people. It's probably 7. There's 7.
That's rough.
It's what it is.
Think about it. That's yeah.
So right now, even in talking to anybody, I know you're not one of my 7, man. So, I mean, like, I know I need this for me to be like, that's why I always revert back to to, making sure I'm well off. Because, again,
This
in this
goes back
whole
to, this
percentage,
goes back
right?
to the whole
Let me
idea
finish.
of money. What does money
Let me
matter
finish.
if you don't know
Let
how
me
to sit
finish.
with somebody when they upset?
Let me finish. So let's say this 100% of me. If I think the percentage of but that has the money part is probably 30 to 40. You know what I mean? That's probably a big chunk of it.
I think you're lying.
You're crazy.
I think you want to say
Like,
it's more, but you just trying
I
to.
do. I'm trying to be nice. I'm trying to be nice.
I know.
If you have that percentage, that's a part of the percentage that people like could deal with you with. I feel like we're so everything's so microwave. We don't really have the patience to really deal with somebody. Like, let's say somebody has 80% of the things you want. Like, in that 20%, I can see people doing some foul shit in that 20%. I can see people getting bored in that 20%. I can see people stepping out in that 20%. I can see people complaining and making me feel like shit because of the 20% of me that you don't like or that's not up to par right now. And I just think that's naturally human. Like, we're selfish, just like. I want to go out there and find that 20%, and that's again. I'm just I'm.
But
not
you would
in the
trade
space.
20% for 80 though. That's
People
kind of
risk
crazy.
people every day.
I mean, that's true.
Every day, people it's risking somebody.
People risk.
People, I think people will risk that 90 for that damn 10.
Exactly.
For that damn 10, I'm gonna risk that 90. That's 10 at work.
People do that shit all the time.
People work with that 10% at work.
All right.
They got 90 at home, but that 10% at work. I'm telling you, they don't, and it's just at a point where I was just like, this is me. I know I'm flawed. I know I have a lot of work to do, and I don't know how to be anybody else with this person right now. So if I can't see somebody who's just overjoyed with this one, I guess it's one of my 7, right? I can't do it. I want to be able to be okay with how I am if I'm getting a relationship with somebody. I'm gonna have bad days. I'm gonna have days where I'm just in a mood because I'm not. And I want to be able to be with somebody that sees that. Like, again, what I told you about being a man of color every day, that shit is, some days that shit really fucks you up. And I'm sure with women it's the same thing, but some days it's really like tough. So I don't even want to be with somebody who doesn't understand that. I don't think women understand that. I don't even want to be with somebody who doesn't understand what that's like every day for me. Like, before you speak to me, before we have anything back and forth, if that's not in the back of your head.
No, he might have had a long day, might have had a rough day, whatever.
It was a fight. My whole day was a fight to me being. It was restraining what I have in me. All day it was like that. All day. If you don't even have that thought in your head or even understand that, I don't even think you're not one of my 7. You're not one of my 7. Because again, even that guy we met that time when we were at the cafe.
Mm-hmm.
We weren't taught how to release our aggression in a healthy way.
Let me tell you something. Speaking of that, I'm glad you brought it up.
Weren't.
That conversation, it was nothing wrong with the conversation, but just analyzing, like, the both of y'all speaking, it was just not even the both. All 3 of us when we was having a conversation, I saw so much in that little bit of time. I think we were talking when we first we was talking about relationships at the time,
right?
And that's he started making like those gestures, like not shaking his head or whatever he was doing at the time, and that kind of like what made us all have a conversation. And I could read his face and in his tone, you could just tell that like exactly what we were talking about is what he needed. Like he needed a woman to be there for him and do those things for him and stick beside him while he was going through work, whatever. He needed that. You can tell he needed that. And then as we kept talking, we started talking about the pod and talking about you and all that other stuff. And I was asking you like, okay, what we doing and how we doing it and whatever. And he was like telling you some things and you was just sitting there like this. Like you was just real like whatever. And he like, yo bro, like, relax, like calm down. And I felt it. Exactly what he felt, I felt it. He just said it. And I'm like, yo, Miles, yeah, for real, like just calm down. Like,
what was I explaining to him? I think he was trying to tell me
he was just
I need to come out of my bubble or my circle.
Yes, and your guards is like you was on defense. Your whole body language just screamed defense.
And what I was trying to explain to him is the guards and the bubble and the circle that I created with everybody in mind. So it may not be comfortable for you, but you don't know how much the bubble I've made right now, I just met you, but you even being in this space to talk to me, I've created that bubble. I've created
But
a bubble.
Is it that deep though? I need to know. Is it that deep?
Yeah, especially dealing with anxiety and stuff like that. Like I don't know. This is a vulnerable space just on a day to day. I don't know. But again, what I was trying to explain to him is that it's not about being out of my comfort zone. Trust me, I'm uncomfortable right now. But I've made.
Are you really?
What do you mean, like me and you?
Like right now?
No, I'm saying like me and him have the conversation.
Oh,
like, just me and him.
gotcha.
I don't know him.
Right. It showed.
I don't know. So you not even understanding that I've already. You don't even know me. I just met you. I've already created a space that's uncomfortable for me. Mm-hmm. But it's okay for you. It's okay for him. Mm-hmm. I've made that space. I've learned how to do that. Mm-hmm. For a long time, I couldn't even look people in their eyes when I spoke to them. Still to this day, sometimes when I have a conversation, I look directly past. It's just not something. I don't know. So what he was trying to explain to me, I understood it, but he didn't understand how far I've already came. Like, bro, I hear what you're saying.
For us
to
even be doing this, it's a big deal.
You even in my space, like I don't know
that.
you.
He was like, yo, bro, I'm being open and vulnerable with you. Like, that's you just nice, sitting there.
That's nice. And you should understand what you're sitting in right now is me being very, like, you know what I mean? Like, and it's not even on some aggression or disrespectful. It's just like, yo, bro, I don't know you.
I see people like, I see people like that, with that mindset, like, guards up, what you doing, where you at, like, you know, and I mean, I even see females or even older people like that, and I'm just like, yo, relax, like, calm down.
From a place of aggression.
I'm from that place too.
Yeah, you went off and learned how to adapt and network and be in spaces where you've done that. We all haven't done that. Like I said, I've grown, but if I would have just kept my mindset of where I'm from,
it would have been worse.
My God, I'm from where it's just colors that we just represent. Like, for like, I relate to you if you have a certain color. You know what I mean? Like, so yes, you're very lucky that I can just have this conversation with you. Like, and not even on some aggressive or physical. It's just like I shouldn't even be speaking to you. Like, before I wouldn't even speak to you. I don't know you. What are you talking to me? I don't know you. So it's like he's telling me, you know, come out of this box, and you know, it's like, bro, trust me, bro, I'm out of this box. I'm good.
I think a lot of it. A couple of things. One, I definitely think it's a New York thing. Mm-hmm. Because I used to be like that. Mm-hmm. Like, it was so bad to the point where when I would leave New York and I would go to like a regular clothing store, you know, people, how may I help you? And I used to like stop talking to me. Like, what do you want exactly?
Not feeling nothing. What you want?
I used to feel the same way. Like, leave me alone. Like, why are you talking to me? And yeah, that's just.
And believe it or not, other places people talk to people.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
They have small talk.
Yeah, I'm from New York. Why are you in my business?
Yeah.
How your day going? Why you in my business, lady?
Yeah, I get that, but so, I mean, that mentality is not gonna get you far.
Right. So again, I've learned to you know, I've learned it, and again, it wasn't a man that taught me. I've learned from watching TV. I've learned to see how people would handle stuff like that. But again, these are not stuff that we're taught. The things that we're taught in school, especially in the public education system in New York City.
Oh, it's trash.
Those are not things that we're taught, and I honestly think it would. I think it should be. We should really focus on our mental a lot. Mm-hmm. I know we're still kind of like grasping it ourselves, but networking should be something that's just in classes. Like, you should be able to have interpersonal skills with people.
I just don't. 100% agree. People stay in their bubble.
Yeah.
They stay with the people they know. They stay with that job forever. They stay with this it's like in a bubble, and that is it. That is doing yourself a disservice. It is so much more out there.
People don't know how to talk to people.
I know that.
Like, so, you know what's crazy? When I was younger, I remember it was a thing that people were like, oh, this person's a communication major. Just like, what are you gonna do with a communication degree?
You can do a lot.
Right now, that has to be one of the, like, that has to
Absolutely.
be. You know what I mean? Like, you
Absolutely.
can't. You don't want to talk to people.
I think that me personally, like, going to school opened my mind so much.
Yeah, I can see that.
It opened my mind so much. Like, just talking to different people from different walks of life, different races. Like, just overall, just opened my mind. Made me more of a well-rounded person.
I think it's important. I love that.
Absolutely. Even me being able to, like, interact with professors on a different level at a young age. I mean, now, of course, you know, whatever. But at that time, I was 17 years old in college. You know, I was real young.
Yeah.
But I was able to navigate. My parents couldn't offer me shit. They didn't know nothing about nothing.
Not that.
I navigated that whole space by myself, from financial aid to figuring out books to knowing what class to go to. I figured all that shit out on my own.
And I think that's incredible. And then again, here's my thing, right? You're a different breed. Like, that's how you are.
Great. Let me hear that one more time. I'm
not only to toot your horn, bro. But yeah, you're like that. That's what's in you. So you see a checklist, you're gonna knock it off. You see a checklist and you have fun. Making the checklist alone was fun to you. Me, I'm just like, yo, but we need a plan for it. We can't keep me. I hate making a plan. That's why, like, me and you, we two different opposites. You want to make a plan, just like, yo, we make this plan, something's gonna go wrong, bro. You can't. Like, God don't even play like that, bro. Over here making a plan. Who told you to do that? Like, you know what I mean? You know, wake it up tomorrow. But yes,
Wow, you're such a negative thinker.
It's not negative. It's just like, who am I? Just to be saying something, you know what I mean? But I'm not getting to that.
Oh my gosh.
But yes, so it's good that you can do that. But it's like everybody is not with those tools, and it's like, damn, what do they do? Like, what are people that's like not like you? People that probably procrastinate a little bit, or not as motivated, or can't, or don't, or people like me that's just, if I'm not forced to have to be my best, I'm gonna get by. That's how I was going to school.
No.
I wasn't forced to be my best. I knew how to get by.
You can't get by. You can't navigate life like that.
But how do we know that? In school, you can.
Well, this is not school.
But I'm saying if that's how I was for 12 years, I'm going to come out here in real life and just start being somebody different.
I'm trying to understand where, like, at what point, like, how do you just get, like, how do you get, like, plateau? Like, like, it doesn't process in your brain, like, okay, school is school, but when I leave school, the real world happens, and I have to do this, and that to navigate the real world. Like, that doesn't go through your brain. That doesn't.
When in those 12 years did that come up? Be honest with me.
It don't have to. You see it around you. Like, you see adults doing other. I
saw
see
adults get by. I thought we just always get. I thought we
and,
always
and,
just get by.
And that's something that you were striving for. What they was doing.
I didn't know anything else. I didn't see anything else. Even the best kids in our school was still right next to me. They weren't going different places. They were still in the same. I didn't see nothing. I didn't know it was possible.
That is so deep. God damn.
Like it's. I have to.
This goes back to
imagine if a kid that did so good in school, the next year they just snatched him away. He went somewhere different. That's not what I saw. The kid that was the best in school was right. It wasn't no far from me. You didn't get that big of a reward for being that. After I graduated and after I grew up, I realized what it was like. You know what I mean? Seeing these people work so hard and stuff like that. I see what they reap, but when I was in school, it doesn't. I don't know. Our school system is just weird. Like it doesn't make a difference, and it also is different between women and men as well.
I see.
Women were always on it. They always had time to be like. That's crazy because again, women lead us. So like we all focus on girls in school, and y'all focus on books, but we didn't focus on books because y'all focused on books. We was just focused on y'all. Like it was just it was horrible. But y'all all got y'all shit done. Well, all the girls in school always made sure their shit got done, and we were just over there trying to follow y'all. Why don't you follow and get your schoolwork done too? But that's not
I never understood why I still don't understand why men are so like women. Like why y'all so infatuated with
everything
females?
everything we do is for women. Everything. There's nothing.
I don't understand that because y'all still come around and feel us. So like, are y'all really?
I mean, we know what we doing, but listen. My whole intentions was just for
but
showing.
If your whole existence is based on a female, I mean, the least you can do is get it right. Like that's
right.
That's the least you could do.
That makes a lot of sense.
It does. So what was happening?
We weren't really born with sense. We gave us a lot of stuff. They didn't really give us sense. They gave us a lot of shit. Gave us strength and all that shit, but they didn't give us sense.
Oh my God.
And again, it's not that many of us who think like, oh, let's really figure these women out. So if it's not that many of us, just a bunch of men out here just doing what we think women like. And honestly, you guys have made the bar so freaking low.
Oh my God.
The bar is low as fuck.
Yeah.
The bar is.
I was just talking to Insama the other day, and she said, if like a man or even a woman is doing foolishness in your life or whatever, there's no incentive for the other person to do better. There's no incentive.
Right. You can't.
And that's crazy. That's so crazy.
It's because my thing is, I don't understand. We can only do what you can allow us to do. Y'all say, nah, right there, that's the line. You bugging. Shit, I ain't gonna do that with her no more. But if I do that and you still fucking with me, it's like, oh, she ain't. And then we all don't learn. You guys can women can set a crazy standard. One of the, I to this day, I don't understand it. Like, I be thinking about Spider-Man. Spider-Man, when Uncle Ben died, he said, yo, with great power, comes great responsibility. Y'all the most powerful things in this world, and y'all just be out here bullshitting. We bullshitting too, but it's like, we following y'all. We following whatever y'all say we require, we're going to get it. Because
I feel like certain women don't know their worth.
Yes.
Back to what we were speaking about, examples. Their mothers allowed it. They ain't got no father.
Okay.
They trying to fill these childhood trauma and wounds just to feel loved, just to have this, just to have that. And you give them that little bit, they gonna hold on to it.
And that's what we fucking up at, man.
Yeah, and the worst part about it is men see that and they take advantage. It's like y'all supposed to be taking care of us, but y'all taking advantage, and that shit is so sad. It's like
that's one thing we did pick up on. We ain't pick up on a lot, but we pick up how to manipulate some women.
Oh, men are good at being selfish. Men are good at manipulating. Men are good at they great at putting themselves first. Like y'all
too much on us.
Y'all also good at y'all don't tolerate shit. Y'all great at those things.
Yo, and that's the other day I told you about that girl I was supposed to like go on a date with. So it's like I was torn on both sides. It's like I told you what happened.
You're not talking about the hotel thing.
Kalia, no, I wasn't talking about the hotel thing. No, that's not what I was talking about. But the one else that told me, remember I was supposed to go on a date with her, but then the day before the date, I had a long day at work. Mm-hmm. I think it was a really bad day at work, right? And I didn't speak to her that whole day.
Oh, yes.
So the next day,
I remember.
You know, I hit up that morning, like, yo, you know, we're still on for today. And she told me, oh, you didn't text me yesterday, so we're going to have to reschedule.
Yeah.
So honestly, yo, I respect you got boundaries. But who the fuck you talking to? Don't even worry about it. Like we will.
But that's
sweetheart. We will reschedule.
That's your ego, your pride getting in the way because it could have just been a conversation. How you gonna get mad at her because she wanted you to communicate?
I'm not mad, but that sounds good. But why you didn't communicate? The day I had a long day. Nobody said, "Hey,
you guys are supposed to be the men. You guys are supposed to lead and blah blah blah."
Right. Guess why I'm not? That's why I'm not gonna start a relationship with her.
And that is why.
And so I was torn.
This issue.
So I get her boundaries. I respect that. You know what I mean? You supposed to, but it's also like who you talking to. And that's my pride. I get it. And
yeah.
Fuck it. Who you talking to? This been not ever saying. I'm saying on that. Who the fuck you talking to?
Yeah.
Oh, we're gonna have to reschedule. I bet you, sweetheart. I bet you we will. I bet you we gonna reschedule the fuck
That
out
is so childish, but whatever.
But I get it though. Like it's what I think women should. I think women should do that. Like set boundaries. Like yo, come to me like this. But don't come to me like that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, but I get it.
She can talk to other niggas like that, but just not you.
Not me. Because my intentions is pure.
It was.
So it's like, whoa.
She don't know. She don't know that.
She never will.
Yeah.
That's okay.
You're such an asshole for that.
It's okay.
Such an asshole for that. I just think that everyone needs to do a better job overall.
Yes.
And realize that we're all trying to navigate this thing together.
Yes, and I think that's amazing. I think that's the first step. Once we both realize we don't know what the fuck we're doing, but we're committed to each other, and we're gonna figure it out. First of all, forget all that. Let's scratch all of that before I even say that. How about everybody start figuring out who they are personally on their own? Because I think once you figure that out, you'll find somebody that's more inclined with you. Like, if you figure out who you are and go towards the things that you are, like what you like and what you're interested in, what makes you feel good and what makes you feel alive, when you go towards that things, then people have to meet you there.
Yeah, I agree with you. Some people don't know those things.
Yeah.
They don't know it.
And they be in a relationship for years and don't even know who they are. So I wouldn't even trust you being with this person. You don't even know this person for real.
Yeah.
Because you haven't gone after the things that you really interested in. I think if you go towards that and let somebody meet you over there, you have a better likelihood of having somebody who genuinely fucks with you.
Yeah. And also, like, the importance of maintaining who you are and that individuality while you are in a relationship or while you're dating and stuff like that. That's really important.
That's so tough.
Because you don't want to get lost. You don't want to lose yourself in anything.
So I have a probably toxic way of viewing that because I know this, you probably going to disagree because most people probably disagree with this, but I think it's on each other to do that, to constantly create space for each other to do your own thing, or like, because if
space, what you got to create the space for?
I feel like if we're both being selfless, we'll be able to do our own thing. You know what I mean? If I'm always letting you take care of this, or you're always letting me take care of that, when are you gonna have time to do your own thing? But if I'm constantly thinking like, but damn, babe, like, don't you want to still do such and such? Or hey, why about I take care of this? You can do such and such. If we put it on each other to create, I know we shouldn't put it on each other. I think it works that way. You understand what I'm saying?
No, I don't.
I'm saying, let's say, right? I don't want to be specific. Let's say there's a couple, right? And this couple has 2 kids, blah, blah, blah. One stayed, I don't know, husband stays home, I guess wife goes to work. Let's shake it up a little bit.
Yeah, whatever.
Right? Wife comes home, babe, I'll take care of the kids, I'll take care of the cooking, I'll take care of all this stuff. Why don't you go to your play ball with your boys or something like that? You know what I mean? Or vice versa. Or, babe, I know you have a lot of work to do. I know you're working on this presentation. I know you're trying to start this business. Let me take all of this off your plate and you go focus on that. Like, if your partner is being selfless and have your independence in mind as well, I think it works better that way than you trying to get it on your own. If you get it on your own and you're in a union, it may come off selfish, unless you had a conversation about it. But I'm saying, if your partner has your best interest at heart, like this person chose because this person's for you, they should be thinking about your independence. I wanna be a provider, and I wanna have a wife, but I also want her to work. I want her to work at a job that she wants to do. Though I don't want to work with someone she doesn't work.
I understand what you're saying, something. But for me, I understand what you're saying. I don't think it'll take like that much to have your individuality.
Okay.
For example, like those things are kind of established early on, like really early. So, for example, before you guys are like probably married with kids and stuff like that, there's always been something that you do on your own, like whether that be going out with your friends or, you know, spending time with your family on the weekend or whatever it is that you may want to do, or maybe a hobby or whatever the case may be. Those things will likely be happening already when you've met me or while we're dating or whatever. So it's just to maintain it.
So why would it stop?
It won't. That's my point. Some people get so entangled with their partner, they want to do every little thing underneath the sun with this person. And they lose themselves, and they want to be so up underneath this person, and that is how they lose their individuality.
So my question is, do you think that's a bad thing?
Absolutely, that's a bad thing.
To what extent? Because like certain people, it's like your partner. You want to be. Sometimes, okay, I'm just playing devil's advocate because I understand what you're saying. But sometimes it's like when you have your person, nobody else in the world understands you or understand like how you are but your person. Why would you not want to do all those things with them? Nobody else gets me but that person.
Stop that teenage high school bullshit.
It's not teenage high school. When you get older, there's only gonna be one person you really got with you. For real.
Yeah, but we all have what we do. Like, I don't understand. Like, we all have.
I get that. I'm not saying you should stop that. I'm not saying you shouldn't do your thing. I'm saying what happens when being with your partner feels better than that.
I don't know. I can't speak on that.
That's all I'm saying.
I can't speak on that. You lost me.
Let's just get past that. But that's all I'm saying. And again, I'm playing devil's advocate.
Mouse, just think about on a regular day, like on a regular everyday. You don't want to be every single all day. Like, come on, be for real. It's not.
Now I hear what you're saying. Is it not normal?
It's not.
Why not? Tell me why it's not. Because you may be speaking on some. What you've known. Like, what if there's people in this world that's like, yo, my partner, this is my best friend. Even
my female best friends, I don't want to be with all the time.
It's not the same thing. Your female best friend is not the same companionship as your partner. As a partner being your best friend.
Listen, life is about balance, and too much of anything is not good for you.
I agree.
I hope that's enough.
All right, gang.
I hope that's enough.
All right, gang. I feel like you're talking about something different, but I get what you're saying. I'm just saying.
Are you one of those people who want to be up underneath somebody's ass every day, all day?
I don't know.
I might have felt that way when I was a kid. Not now.
But why not now? Tell me why not now.
Because I enjoy being me.
Nobody's saying you can't be me.
But that's the individuality
but
that I'm talking about.
Sometimes I could be me. I could be me is me when I'm with this person sometimes. What about that?
You could be who is who?
The me is me. The me is me I could be when I'm with my partner. What about that? What about those instances? I understand what you're saying.
Don't get me wrong. I absolutely enjoy it, and I would rather do a lot more things, right? I'm not saying no, but I do think that it's important for us all to have our own thing that we do.
So I'm saying, let's say, before I was on a sports team, before we got together, and I was doing gym and I was doing all this stuff, and now I got my partners. Like, I'm doing those things, but I'm doing them way less because I'd rather be with my person. No,
that's not good. Because now you're losing sight of what you do for yourself. Does that make sense?
I get what you're saying.
And don't get me wrong.
I'm just saying, think about the other side.
We all fall for that. Like, let me give you an example. I like to walk in the morning, right?
All right.
And I would like for my partner to do the same thing with me. Like, that would be ideal. But
what's the morning?
Which mean, what's the morning?
Are you walking on? What time you walking in the morning?
Depends. 7-ish.
Shit. On your day off?
No,
I'm not getting on my day off to walk those 7.
Every day. I want to do it every day.
Fuck no. All right, I get it. Okay, keep going with you.
So that's something that I enjoy, right? I like it. And I would prefer if my partner wanted to do it with me, right? But the reality is that's not what something that he enjoys doing.
But
so
what if it was? Would you get tired of him working with you? This one
no. The one that's lit.
So what's the problem then? So what I'm saying is, what if I want to do more?
No, but listen. But here's the problem though. Like, so sometimes now, because I may want to spend time, or maybe I may not do my walk, and that's me. That's stripping away from the things that I enjoy to do. Because I want to be cuddled up in the bed,
But you, like you said, you want to be cuddled up in the bed. There's nothing wrong with you.
But guess what? Me walking, it does something for me too.
Walk the mall, man.
What you talking about?
Yo, walk the mall. Walk the mall. What are you talking about? Like, this is the whole point of this. One day you're not going to be...
I shouldn't stop what I want to do because of...
One day you're going to be in a walker, bro. Not even going to be in a walker.
Alright, not too much. I hope to never have to be in a walker, but...
And then what? Now,
but
go ahead and walk. I'm going to say, go ahead and walk. Now, you ain't want to be me and walk. Now, go ahead and walk.
Oh, come on.
Gotta get your walking. Gotta get your walking. Go ahead. Go ahead. Don't act like that. Get your walking. Nah, I'm just... No, I swear to God, I understand what you're saying, but I just want you to open your mind up to what if somebody is really your person? This is really like your best friend. You're going to want to do more things.
But guess the reality is sometimes y'all not going to enjoy the same things. And what you got to do? Like morph into that person, like what they
No. I'm not. So I'm not speaking about that. I'm speaking of if you guys are into the same things. Let's say you were into the same things or let's say you guys are not into the same things, but sometimes when you do them together, it feels better than doing with people that you already like.
I agree with that. No,
so I'm saying in that instance, what's wrong with that?
Nothing.
That's all.
But there's still.
And I'm not taking it from you. I'm not stripping it from you.
Like, even going to your job is a form of practicing your individuality. You can't...
Yes, for sure.
Freaking work with them. Like, would you do that? Would you do that with your BFF? Would you go work with your fucking partner?
Nah, because some things gotta be like, yo,
exactly.
I said what I said.
Exactly.
But that's
gotta be individual.
So my thing is, we got 24 hours in a day. We sleep in 6 to 7 to 8 of them. And we working 8 hours a day. Like, God damn, we can't do everything else together? Devil's advocate.
I'm telling you, me personally, I would like that, but like when I want to have my girls, I gotta bring my nigga too because he's my best friend and we do everything together. Like, what the fuck?
With them girls anyway.
Oh my god.
And then my thing is, when you go out with them, don't text me saying you wish you would stay in the house. No.
Oh yeah.
Lock in with your man.
I do that.
Nah, don't do that. Lock in with your mother. You want to go so bad? Go ahead. This is what I'm saying.
You're toxic.
And you wish you would have been with
toxic.
your. This is my thing. You wish you would have been with your. You might as well, bro. Never lie. When I go with the guys, bring your girl, bro. Bring your girl. The whole point is for y'all order because.
And then the minute I get a little tipsy, I get the text and like.
Exactly. Now, so I hope you're not asleep. No, fuck all that, bro. Because nobody told you to go out there in the first place. Or go out with your friend. Now you annoyed because y'all all arguing about. Man, such and such. But this is what I'm saying. Because that right there just says to me, you would rather be with your person. And there's nothing wrong with that. You can have it in individuality, but let's do it in some genuine shit. Make sure it's genuine. Make sure when you don't want to be with your partner, whatever you're doing, you genuinely want to do it. Not just some shit you think you should be doing. You know what I mean? Like, I don't.
Yeah, I hear that.
I like that. And I don't think there's nothing wrong with somebody wanting to be up they partner's skin all day. Especially if they're really like that. They're really close. That's really your person. I don't see nothing wrong with that. Some days I see those people who have best friends and they lose that person, their world is
they don't
broken.
know what to do.
They wish they could have had one more day with their person. So hell yeah, I'm all for it. If you found your person, be in their skin. I tell my friends, bring your girl, bro. Please bring your girl want to go? Bring your girl, bro. So I can, you know what I mean? Like, because now if you with your girl, when it's time for me to go, I'm leaving, bro.
You ain't gotta worry about it.
You with your girl, bro. You know what I mean? I don't know. But that's just me. That's how I am. I'm for the family stuff. I'm for relationship stuff. The whole goal is to have everybody have, you know what I mean? And we be one bigger family like that. Like, that's the goal.
Yeah, hopefully one day.
Yeah, one day. Listen,
I should take time these days.
I ain't in no rush. After we spoke about, I'm in no rush.
Miles, you be fine. You'll be fine. I already told you I'd like to see it, but you'll be fine.
Yeah, you doubt me. But yeah,
I'm not doubting you. That's not what that is.
You think I'm naive?
Not that you're naive. You just gotta experience it. That's all.
Yeah, you think I never experienced.
You make it sound so good. You make it sound so easy. You know.
But it's not good. It's just real. It's literally the reality. I'm not seeing butterflies. I'm seeing it's gonna be a mess, and in that mess, I will still find love. I'm supposed to still find love. I've been in love, and the person wasn't all that great all the time, but I still loved him in spite of it, or in spite of it. I will figure out.
This has been Now Imagine the Podcast. Go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, and share our platform.